Hello and welcome to my show Indus Cuisine, and I'm your chef Basim Akhund. Yet again we're here with another new episode, with another new recipe from the heart of Pakistan. This recipe is known as chicken makhni, also known as butter chicken throughout the world. This recipe has a very strong history in Pakistan. When the British Raj was in Pakistan and the East India Company was ruling the subcontinent, this recipe was enjoyed by the Britishers and the civil officers of that time. How did this recipe come into being? Pakistani cuisine was considered to be a very spicy yet delicious cuisine, but the Britishers were not used to the heavy spices we use on a daily basis. So back in the day, they told the chefs of the royal kitchens or the kitchens of the company back then to make something with these ingredients but yet have a milder flavor to it. So these chefs added yogurt and cream to this recipe, and this recipe came into being. This recipe is very famous in England throughout, and everyone loves this recipe with flatbread. So today's recipe is going to be cooked in two parts. First, we need to make a marinade. Once that marinade is done, you need to apply it to the chicken and keep the chicken refrigerated for minimum 30 minutes. But if you have time, you should refrigerate this chicken for around 12 hours in the fridge. And what are the ingredients? I'll let you know now. So first of all, you need ghee. Ghee is a form of clarified butter, but it is very local to Pakistan's cuisine. Then you need some oil. You can use sunflower oil or olive oil, oil of your own choice. Then you need salt to taste. Then you need some red chili powder. You need some turmeric powder. You need some black pepper. You need some cumin seeds. You need star anise, but I'll just use like around one of these flowers. Then you need some garam masala. Garam masala, everyone knows about it. It's a combination of 4 or 5 different spices, and then garam masala comes into being. You need some garlic, some ginger, and some yogurt. So now what you will do is you will take all of these ingredients and put it in the mixer. But first of all, I will take some ginger, cut it, peel it a bit. I want the inner part because that has the most flavor. So the intensity of the flavor is high over there. I'll keep this on the side. So now what you need to do is take all the ingredients and put it in a mixer. First of all, roughly chop the garlic so that when it goes into the food processor, it processes really well. Then you need some clarified butter. Then you'll take some oil, some salt around ½ teaspoon. I'm using chicken boneless today, and when I talk about chicken boneless, in Pakistan people usually like the white meat, and if you talk about the West, they usually prefer the red meat, which is the leg or thigh meat. Then take some turmeric, some garam masala. Usually people say this is a secret to every recipe, but I will say it's not a secret. It's out there and you can buy it easily. Around 1 or 2 flowers of star anise, some cumin seeds, some black pepper, garlic cloves, but roughly chop them first so that when it goes into the food processor, you can use it well. And it grinds properly. Pick it up and toss it in. Then you need a bowl of yogurt. Add the yogurt. Try keeping your station clean. Put the lid on. and process it properly. This is done. Now you'll transfer this marinade in a big bowl. Keep it over here. Take this out and slowly and gradually take it out. Try not wasting the marinade. Take a spatula and slowly and gradually just scoop the remaining out. Keep this on the side. And now add the chicken to it. Slowly pour it in. Mix it. And keep it for minimum 30 minutes, but if you have time, it's better to keep it overnight in the fridge because that's when the flavor will penetrate the meat and you will get the juiciest bits of chicken, and with the juiciness, it will be tender and soft. This is done. I'll keep it on the side. This goes over here. And now what you need to do is you need to prepare some other things. First of all, I'll keep it in the fridge. So once the chicken is in the fridge, let it be for around 30 minutes minimum, but if you have time, overnight would do, because the more time you give the chicken to marinate, the better the flavor is, and apart from that, the juicier it will be and the more tender it will be. So now these ingredients are done with. These were the ingredients just for the marinade. So now what else do you need for this recipe to make the curry out of it? So you need 1 onion, which I'll finely chop. Then you need around 5 to 6 tomatoes, around 750 to 800 grams of tomatoes. You need some fenugreek leaves. You need some butter. You need red chili powder. You need around 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, some ginger, some cream, heavy cream. You need some coriander powder. You need some garam masala, and you need some cumin seeds. So now what you need to do is you need to start cooking. Okay, so first of all, I need a wok. So take a wok, keep it on the stove, and reduce the heat to medium-low. Okay, now when this is done, first of all, you need a piece of onion. Let me see, always try sharpening your knife. Take the root out, but just the upper part of it. Peel it, take one layer out so that the onion is fresh from inside. Take this and throw it away. Wash it once and start cooking. So if you have a joint in the onion, it's not a problem. Just take it apart. It's Mother Nature. Keep the root on the side. Likewise, do the same for this one. Slowly and gradually, don't be too fast because the onion will start falling apart otherwise. Go around the root, this part, and throw it away. Now what you need to do is the other ingredients. First of all, you need some oil, like the remaining oil. Add it over here to the pan. Coat the pan properly. Add a little bit of clarified butter, not too much. And add butter to it. This goes over here and this goes over here. Bring the stove to heat, melt the butter properly and add the onions to it. Mix it a bit and add a little bit of salt, around a quarter teaspoon. This will bring out the moisture. Mix it up properly. You want the onions to get really soft. Reduce the heat now and let the onions get translucent. Okay, add some flavor to it. I need some garlic because all of this will go into the food processor. So I like roughly chop it, not finely chop it. Transfer it over here. Then you need some ginger. This part goes away in the dustbin. Slice it. All these ingredients will go in the food processor, so you do not need to be very precise about the cuts for this. Mix it up again. Add some cumin to it, some red chili powder, some Pinot Gris leaves, and a little bit of coriander powder. Mix it up properly. And reduce the heat to low. Now let this cook for around 2 to 3 minutes. While this is cooking, we'll go for a short break, and when we're back from the break, I'll let you know what to do and how to complete this recipe within a few minutes. Keep watching Indus Cuisine. Welcome back. You're watching Indus Cuisine and I'm your chef, Basim Akhund. Okay, as you can see, the onions are soft, the flavor is out. I'll keep it on the side. The stove is on the pilot, and what we need to do is now we need to chop the onions and add it to the wok and put it on high heat for around 2 minutes, okay? So, first of all, take the eye of the tomato out. You don't need this part. I'm not going to finely chop these, but I'll roughly chop these because all of this will, again, I'll tell you, go into the food processor. But what you need to do is always maintain your station so that you can cook easily and quickly. You don't need these. Toss them aside. And now, just slice them. Like every tomato should be around 3 to 4 slices, and this will go in the wok. I've taken the wok on the side. Why? Because if the temperature of the wok goes too high, what will happen is the onions are going to start getting brown. When the onions get brown, the flavor changes. You don't want that. You want the onions to stay translucent, and you don't want the butter to burn out. That's why I added a little bit of oil, because once you add oil, what happens is the butter stays fresh in the pan and doesn't burn very quickly. So this is done. Bring it back over here and now start transferring the tomatoes. I've taken all the other things aside because I don't need them right now. This is done. Now start mixing it. While this is cooking, we need to do another step. First of all, switch the board. Bring the red board out. For the raw things, bring the chicken back. This is a bit time consuming, but what you need to do is take skewers and start putting it in these. Keep mixing this. Keep it on medium heat now. It's time to get your hands dirty. What you have to do is take the pieces of chicken and just slowly and gradually put them over here. Today we'll be using a grill. First we'll grill these and then we'll use these in the main dish. Try keeping the chicken aligned properly or it will start burning. This will take some time, but the end result would be wonderful. Try tightening it up and keep it over here. My left hand is clean. As you can see, the tomatoes are cooking properly. I'll reduce the heat to low now because the pan has come to heat. So as you can see, the tomatoes are soft, but you need to now put it in the food processor. So I'll take it off the stove now, reduce the heat to the pilot only. And now what you need to do is, as you can see, the skewers are ready. Put this on the side. I'm sorry, I'm a bit finicky about cleanliness. What you need to do is now put it on the grill. But first of all, take a brush and just baste it with oil a bit. Turn it, baste it. I'm basting it first over here, and then again when you'll be cooking it, you'll baste it again. So now what you need to do is you don't need to cook it completely on the grill because this will go back into the paste or the sauce, and I'll cook it again on high heat. So you have to grill this for around 5 minutes. Rotate it after every 1.5 to 2 minutes. Give it a nice charcoaly flavor. Keep this on the side. So now, slowly and gradually, I'll place it like this. You can see the delicious smoke coming out. And now, while this is cooking, let's get back to business. Keep this on the side. The jug is clean. Transfer all this goodness over here. So take a spatula, slowly and gradually put it in. Now what you need is a yellow board over here, which is completely clean. Goes over here, because this is the final board that I'll be using. Place the lid. And as you can see, this is done. I just turned the skewers. Give it another 2 minutes. Keep this back on the stove. Full heat. Take the spatula, which is over here. Try not wasting. And mix it now. So now you need a lid. Place the lid on, increase the heat to medium, and what you need to do now is take these delicious pieces of chicken out, slowly and gradually. You can see they're almost 70% cooked, and the remaining will be cooked in the wok. It's a lengthy recipe, a little lengthy. It's like a recipe you can do on a barbecue day where you have a grill, a nice hot grill in your garden. You put these skewers, you cook them, and then you make this nice delicious sauce and pour it inside. If you don't want to have the sauce, what you can also do, just a quick hack, use this spice mix, the marinade, put chicken or the beef undercut in this, like the tenderloin, and then cook it for perfection, or you can do it as a barbecue. Now this is done. The skewers go in the dustbin, do not reuse them. Dry out your hands, keep it back on the side, and now what you need to do is pour this over here. But first of all, you need 2 cups of cream, which go into this. Two cups of cream. I've taken it off the heat. Why? Because if you keep it cooking, the sauce will start jumping out and it can burn you. So mix it first. Now the temperature comes down. It looks beautiful. It smells delicious. And start adding the chicken back into this. So now what you need to do is take your chef's knife, reduce the heat over here, slowly and gradually toss it in. You want all the goodness to go inside over here. And this is ready. Put it back on the stove. Mix it up. Smells delicious. And give the lid back on and let it cook for around 10 minutes on low heat. So as you know, I gave it a lid. The chicken is done. It's been 10 minutes. Switch the stove off. The piping hot goodness. And now we'll dish it out. As you can see, the chicken pieces are ready. Slowly and gradually start dishing it out. And as you can see, today's recipe is ready. Have it with flatbread or with some rice, it's up to you. Add some dried red chilies on top. And it's ready to eat. I hope you liked today's recipe. I'll see you with another recipe in the next episode of Indus Cuisine. See you later. Bye-bye.